Hello, our first program is to set up Java development environment and execute our first Hello World program. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is download the Java development kit, and for that just search JDK download on Google, and this is the first result out here appears, and this is the direct link for downloading JDK version 15. During downloading we need to make sure we download the correct version according to our system architecture type, 32-bit or 64-bit, and to check which version of architecture our operating system is, we need to go to system properties, and there we can check. Here in my case is 64-bit or x64 based architecture, and then from the download section I will download the 64-bit installer out here, and after downloading we just execute the setup, and when finished we need to set some things like environment variables, and let us just first download the JDK, then we will continue from this section. So I am here on Google, and I just hit JDK download, and this is the first result. Okay, and I just go to here JDK download, and in the download section for Windows this is the option 64. It automatically detects my system type 64, but if I need to check manually about my system type, I just open my computer. This is the my computer, and I just go to properties section, and inside properties you can see this is the 64-bit operating system. So my just download, I have already downloaded, so I'm not going to download it, and this is the setup. Abhilashi University softwares. This is the setup around 160 MB. You just go through the installation process. This installation might not take a long time. Yes, it is asking me whether I want to reinstall it or not. I don't want to reinstall it, I have already installed, and after installation we need to open the DOS. Just hit run menu, window plus R, and type cmd, and here I type Java. See, it is saying Java is not recognized as an internal or external command. So although Java has been JDK has been installed, but still Java is not being recognized by the Windows DOS. So to fix this issue we need to go to our installation folder. In my case is C drive, and then program files. Inside program files there is a folder called Java, and here is JDK version 15. Inside binary folder I just copy all this path and open my computer, go to property section and advanced system setting. In the advanced tab, this environment variable section, and this is the path section. I just click edit and make a new entry, and paste the JDK binary folder path, hit OK, 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 and just close the ROS, and I just reopen the ROS window R CMD and just hit Java. You can see the Java is in operational mode, is working correctly. So back to presentation, and we have set the environment variables so that the Java could be attached to the ROS, and these were the steps to set up the environment variables, and we have our Java in operational mode. The next thing we need to download is the Notepad++. Notepad++ is the code editor where you will write the source code for the Java programs. And to download Notepad++, this is the direct link, or you can search Notepad++, see this alphabetically ++ over the Google, and in that case also 32-bit or 64-bit, which kind of architecture your system has, you can choose accordingly, and just download the installer. This is what installer would look like. Just go through the installation, and then we will write our first Java program. So back to this thing. I just open Google and search Notepad++, and this is the first link. Here I'll go to download section, and the recent version as of 17th September 2020 is 7.8.8. so I just click this release, and you can see this is 32-bit and 64-bit version. In my case I am having 64-bit architecture, so I will go with this installer. I just click the installer, and this is downloading. So in folder, this is the installer. You guys just go through the installation process as I have already installed, and this is what Notepad++ looks like. And back to presentation. Now we need to write our first Java program, and Java is a pure object-oriented programming. One thing is this file extension needs to be ended with .java, Java, and we will just create a class. Name could be anything, and inside class there would be a main method, and it would take some command line arguments which we will discuss later on, but as per as requirement of this section, here is the main function. I'm taking string argument array, and to display the hello world message onto the screen we need to use the print line method, println equivalent to print line method, and this is the command. One more thing, Java is case sensitive, so in case of this system S should be in caps, and this string S also needs to be in caps, capital letters. And let's just write this program, and This is the explanation. You can read later on. And when we have written the program, we need to compile that program. The source code need to be compiled into the bytecode. In case of Java, we call it bytecode, byte bytecode. And this is the command java c. This is the compiler, and this is the name of the source code file. In this case is hello world.java, and to execute the program we need to call java and the name of the class. In this case the class name was the first program, and this is the output. So let's just do it practically. I am inside this Notepad++, and I create a new source code file. Just save as in the testing folder. I just create another folder, core Java, and the name of the source code file would be, let's just write my first program.java. And Java is pure object oriented, so everything should begin with the class, and the name of the class, let's say hello world, and I just close the curly braces. And inside class there need to be a method, main method, public, its scope is public, static, and void main. Void means it doesn't return anything, and main is a static method of this class, so it can access all the memory associated with this class objects. That's why we put a static keyword here. And it takes command line arguments. So I just write string, this is the data type, and name of the array, arguments, args, and this is the correct syntax. And we need to display hello world message onto the screen, so I just use system dot out dot println, and inside these quotes I write hello world. This is our message. I'm done with the code, so just locate it. It is so inside testing folder, this is the core Java folder, and this is our source code file. And I need to compile this source code into bytecode. To do that I need to open the DOS, just reopen it. This is the run menu, type cmd, and right now it's on C drive, but my source code is on D drive. So I just copy the path and change the directory. I use push directory command, and from C I'm gonna switch to D drive, and this is the name of the source code file. I copy it, and for compiling I type java c space name of the source code file, and you can see it's just compiled into the bytecode, and it's a machine code, actually partial machine code. So the name of the compiled class is hello world. You can see this is the hello world, and this hello world is derived from this source code. So I need to execute this hello world class, I need to type this command java name of the class hello world and just hit enter, and this is the output. Back to our presentation, and that's all for today class. And if you have any queries, you can ask me.